I love the intersection between the internal work and philosophy, because then the internal work, it sort of gives us that emotional regulation. Like we could become emotionally strong, we could be more emotionally available, we know how to communicate more
Mm.
effectively. We,
Mm.
by extension, also become, or rather improve our mental well-being, because then we're not able to, or we are able to overcome all the intrusive thoughts that we get. Like, oh, did that relationship fail because of me? Right? Am I going to get fired? Is because someone else did something bad to me, what does that say about me? When you're able to do the internal work and see things for what they are, it's a really, really big shift between our perception of things and reality, right? And
Mm.
that's what gets us essentially through being mistreated in any way. Because then we become invincible when we realize that something I couldn't control blew up in my face. That is not my problem. Well, it is, but it's not your fault.
Yeah. Oh, it's all you could say at the end of the day. If it does blow up in your face, GG.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
even fuck them.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
if
not
if
bad.
they end up being shitty people, hey,
Fuck
you know,
them.
it's not any reflection of who you are, and that shouldn't degrade your self-worth in any way. But that really comes down to our perceptions of self and being able to actually recognize the difference between our perceptions and reality. And that's also situational, right? It's like, let's say uh, your girl doesn't text you back as quick as you hoped, right? Like the immediate, let easy example, because relationships are just so easy and they're so prevalent because everyone like talks about them.
Yeah.
The immediate thought is that she might be cheating on me, you know, or something
Mm.
stupid like that, you know. But even if they give no indication that that could be the case, that's immediately what we default to. We immediately
Yeah.
think of the worst case scenario, right? And so it's really about trying to have that distinction between what we're actually thinking randomly and what's actually happening. Because then that gives us the ability to just even step away and be like, oh, okay, well, they've done nothing in the past that sort of suggests they'd do that to me. They don't really seem like the type to do me dirty like that, you know? They
Yeah.
should they should be able to just talk to you about things, especially now you can employ all your little communication skills now. Wonderful. But it really, really comes down to being emotionally aware and your mental well-being being greatly improved because of that. And so when you
Yeah.
have the internal work, you're able to basically maintain yourself through any situation. But when you bring
Yeah.
in philosophy and meaning and an approach to suffering, that mix of the two gives you an insanely coherent way to approach life. And then you're practically invincible.
Emotionally setting yourself for for anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's actually good.
And you'd be
Yeah.
able to handle anything because you know that even if you did all you could, it's not a reflection of you. Right? Even if it hurts. Right? And okay,
Yeah.
this is not to say that you're invincible. I did say I did use that word, but not in the sense that you can't get hurt. But it's that
Oh
you
yeah.
could bounce back from anything. And you could do that effectively. Because people could just never trust a woman ever again, for example. I mean, reasonable with how much they were hurt. But is it actually the case that they can't? Right? Because then you can also apply that sort of perception versus reality thing to being like, oh, okay, well, I got cheated on. This one's going to do the same, you know, when these are
Yeah.
really, really different people.